So hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing great. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can create this bouncing ball animation using the Blender. So without any further delay, now let's get started tutorial, and I will also tell you how you can create this kind of shader using the Eevee. So now let's start the tutorial. So first of all, I'm just going to delete everything, pressing A, then I'm just going to delete it, something like that. And after that I'm just going to add one sphere here. So for adding this sphere I will just press the Shift A, and then I'm just going to my mesh section, and here I'm just going to add one sphere. Okay, so first of all I'm just going to move this sphere above our grid. For that I'm just going to press the G, then I'm just going to press the Z, and then I will press the control, so it will automatically snap with this grid. Yeah, something like that. That's look cool to me. And I'm also going to add a shade smooth so that sphere will look more smoother. Okay, and I'm also going to enable my shortcut VR so you can easily see which key I'm pressing. Yeah, here you can see. Okay, so on the right hand side you can see easily. Then after that I'm just going to add one empty here. Okay, I will add one circle empty, something like that. Then I'm just going to rotate it into a 90 degree. Yeah, that's so great. Okay, so first of all I'm just going to make this sphere as a child of this empty. For this I'm just going to select this sphere first, then I'm just going to select our empty, then I will just press the Control P. So here you will see, here we have a new dialog box. It's as a set parent to as a object. So here you can see when I will just move this circle, so that sphere will also go with them, and if I will move this sphere, so it will go anywhere. Okay, because this is the child and this is the parent, and when parent move, the child automatically going to move with them. Child is free to go anywhere, so here you can see we can move anywhere this sphere as well. Okay, so why I did this basically, so when we'll create this squeeze and squash animation, means bouncing ball animation, so we'll just create first up and down animation of this sphere, and then we'll just use this empty as a squashing this sphere, something like that. Okay, so we'll show you how we can create this. So I think this part is done basically. So now I'm just going to move my animation section. So here you can see this is our animation section, and here I'm just going to my first frame. First of all, going to first frame, and I'm just going to add one camera also in this scene. Yeah, and I'm just going to select this camera view from here. Okay, so I'm just going to unlock our camera from here first of all, then I'm just going to set this something like that. Okay, so we can hide this camera from this viewport, so we have to just enable our this monitor option, and then we have to just click it. So now we can't see our camera anymore. Okay, so first of all I'm just going to add one location keyframe into this sphere. So I will just go to my 0 frame, and then I'm just going to select this sphere, then I will just press the I, and here I will just add one location frame, something like that. Okay, so here you can see we have a one location frame here. Then I'm just going to move this slider into a 20th frame, and then I'm just going to add one more keyframe, also one location, so it will look like this. Okay, and after that I'm just going to place this slider into a 10th frame, then I'm just going to move it upside, something like that. Okay, so it should be 4. I think 4 is enough, and then I'm just going to press the again I, and then I will just add the location. So here you can see we have that kind of graph here you can see. Okay, and if I will just play the animation, so it will look like this. That's look great to me. So first of all I'm just going to make these handle as a free handle. So for that I will just use one shortcut, it's called V, and when you press the V, here you will see some keyframe handle type, so I will just use as a free handle, so that looks something like that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select this free handle, and I'm just going to move it something like that, and same thing we'll do with other part as well. Yeah, that's so great. Okay, and now if I will just play the animation, so that's look great by the way. So our this bouncing animation is done by the way. Okay, now what we will do, we are just going to set this end frame into a 20th frame, and then I'm just going to start frame as a 0. Okay, and when I will just play the animation, so it will look like this. Here you can see that's look great to me. Okay, So after that, what we will do, we are just going to again our 0 frame, then I'm just going to select our sphere, and now we'll just create a squeeze and squash animation. So for that we have to just move our keyframe little backward, so we can just move these keyframe to a 80th frame, by the way. So for that I will just press the Z first of all, then I'm just going to press the X, so it will automatically snap something like that, and same thing we'll do with other handle as well, Z and second frame. Okay, so here you can see when I will play the animation, so it will look like this. So now we have a time to squeeze and squash our sphere. So now what I will do, I'm just going to my 0 frame, then I'm just going to select our empty, then I'm just going to my second frame and going to add one scale keyframe, and then I'm just going to my 80th frame here. Okay, I should do little zoom so you can see easily numbers here. Yeah, okay, and then I'm just going to again press the S, going to add the scale keyframe. Okay, and after that I will just go to my 20th frame, and here I'm just going to squash this sphere, something like that. So I think 0.5 is fine to me. Okay, then I'm just going to add the one scale keyframe, and after that I'm just going to copy this keyframe and going to my 0 frame, then going to paste it here. Okay, so here you can see when I just play the animation, so it will look like this. So that's look great also. So now what we have to do, we have to just select our circle, and here we have to select our keyframe, these keyframe basically, so we can select from here as well. Yeah, and then I'm just going to press the V, and here I will set handle as a free, and now I'm just going to move these handle little bit upside, something like that. Same thing we'll do with the other hand as well. Yeah, that's look great. Okay, so now if I will play the animation, so that animation will play more smooth and more accurate. So I think that's look great to me, and that animation is also looking good. That ball is bouncing very nicely. Okay, then after that what I'm going to do, I'm just going to my shading panel, and from here I'm just going to add one new node here, and after that I'm just going to add one color ramp and keep it here. Then I'm just going to connect this color into a base color. Okay, and after that I'm just going to add one UV node, UV map node. So what it will does basically, so here you can see we have that kind of line here. So it's basically follow this UV sphere UVs, here you can see. Okay, so we have to just separate the axis. So for that I'm just going to add one more node, it's called separate XYZ. I'm just going to keep it here, and I'm just going to connect this Y axis, and then if I will just move it, so here you can see it will going to separate our section, something like that. Okay, but first of all we have to just change our linear as a constant, so it will look like this. Okay, and after that what you have to do, you have to just add one more slider in between here. Okay, then you have to just keep it this one here to here, and you can just keep it here. So that's look great to me, by the way. Okay, and after that I'm just going to change this color as a red color, and then I'm just going to add one emission shader. Okay, and I'm just going to connect this color to into color, and I will add one more node, it's called mix shader, and then I'm just going to place an in between here, and then I'm just going to connect this shader to here. So right now we can't see any kind of bloom in our scene, so how we can add this glow, by the way. So for that we have to just go to our render properties, and here we have to just enable our bloom, and now we have to just increase the strength. Now we can see the bloom in our object. Okay, so here you can see that will look like this, and that's look great to me. And after that I'm just going to add one plane here, going to scale it something like that. Then I will just add one emission shader. Okay, and after that I'm just going to add a new shader here and going to keep it black, and then I'm just going to increase our metallic value so it will look like this. And after that I'm just going to edit mode of this plane, going to select these faces, going to insert, pressing the I, then I'm just going to invert the selection, and after that I'm just going to add one more shader, it's called emission from here, and then I'm just going to assign it, and I will change the color as a red color, and then I'm just going to increase the strength, so that will look like this, and that's look great to me, by the way. Okay, so now we can see in our camera view, we have to just move our camera little bit backwards, something like that, and I think we should decrease the our emission strength. So here you can see guys, that's how you can create that bouncing ball animation. So right now here you can see we have just created only 20 frame animation. If you want to create animation more than 20th frame, so how you can create it? So for that you have to just go to your animation panel, and from here you have to just select your sphere first of all. Then you have to just select your axis where you have add the animation. Then you have to just go to your modify section, and if you not found this modify section, you have to just press the N, so you will get this slider. Okay, and here you have to just add one modifier, it's called cycle, so it will automatically create this kind of loopable animation. So if I play the animation, so it will look like this. Okay, but there is one problem here. You can see our squeeze and squeeze are not working properly. So for that what we have to do, we have to just select this our circle first of all, then we have to just select the axis where we have add the okay, then I'm just going to add this cycle, so it will look like this. But there is also one problem, it's not going to make a loopable because our sphere animation only 18th frame, and our squeeze and squeeze animation started in a 20th frame. That's why it's happening. So how we can rid of this problem? So for that what you have to do, you have to just go to your 20th frame, and here you have to just add one location key. Okay, but before you have to just disable your cycle modifier first of all, then you have to just add one location key here, and same thing you have to just go to your 0 frame, and here you have to add also a location keyframe. Then after that you can just enable your cycle modifier, and now you will get a perfect loop animation, something like that. Okay, and now you can increase your frame rate till 250, yeah, whatever you want. Then you can just play animation, it will going to make a loop, and it will look like a non-disturbing animation. Okay guys, so that's how you can create this bouncing ball animation in the Blender. Thanks for watching this video guys. If you learned something in this video, please hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe my channel. Also, if you have any queries, if you have any suggestion, please let me know in the comment box. I will definitely reply comment. So bye bye, take care and stay home guys.